Coming up next, the shooting attack at Michigan State this week has people in the Penn State community thinking more about campus safety.
It's just really sad to see yet another school kind of have to go through a type of situation like this.
Plus, Governor Josh Shapiro makes his stance on the death penalty clear and what he wants lawmakers to do about it.
And see how a pediatric cancer survivor is getting ready to fulfill a long-time dream.
As soon as I got accepted to Penn State, I knew that I would dance in Thon one way or another.
The Centre County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Zach Kay.
And I'm Alexis Yoder. Thanks for joining us for the Centre County Report. Our top story, after this week's deadly shooting attack on the Michigan State campus, many students and faculty at Penn State are now talking about safety and security. Reporter Hannah Markovich has more.
This week's shooting attack on the Michigan State campus once again forced people to realize it can happen anywhere, anytime. A gunman killed 3 people and wounded 5 more, then eluded police for hours before killing himself. The attack hit home for students at Penn State, a sister Big Ten school.
It definitely, again, it kind of shook me, and I think after what happened in Virginia earlier this year, it's just really sad to see yet another school kind of have to go through a type of situation like this.
It's a little scary, definitely just because you can picture it happening now that it's happened somewhere big like a Big Ten school like Michigan State.
Many have spoken out from the Big Ten about their open support for the Michigan State University, including right here on Penn State's campus. Penn State offered support in a statement that read, "For all who are connected to Michigan State, we wish them not only peace, but resilience as well during this heartbreaking time." Penn State also reminded students and staff about the run, hide, fight protocol. Students at Michigan State used it during the attack. Some ran to safety, others locked doors and hid for hours. The last resort is to fight back against an attacker. Some Penn State students say other safety precautions should also be considered.
Oh, but there are some things like I walk back through here and it's like pitch black, like you can't see anything, so like more lights and I guess small things like that kind of.
Penn State offers safety training videos and encourages people to sign up for emergency text alerts in case the worst case scenario ever happens here. In University Park, I'm Hannah Markovich for the Centre County Report.
And there are new developments in the Michigan State case. Police say the gunman had a note on him that included threats against other institutions, and he claimed he had a team of 20 people who would help carry out his plans.
Pennsylvania U.S. Senator John Fetterman has checked himself into a hospital for treatment of clinical depression. The 53-year-old suffered a stroke in May while running for office. He's been recovering but was hospitalized last week after feeling lightheaded. His chief of staff says the depression, which Fetterman has experienced in the past, became severe recently. He'll now get treatment at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says he will not allow the state to execute any inmates while he's in office, and he's calling on lawmakers to repeal the death penalty. The Democratic governor says he'll refuse to sign death warrants and will use his power as governor to grant reprieves to any inmate whose execution is scheduled.
Just over the Pennsylvania border in Ohio, fears are growing over the oil spill caused by a derailed train carrying toxic chemicals. The accident happened in East Palestine, Ohio on February 3rd. That's only about 2 miles from the PA border. The crash caused a fire and chemical spill. Some of the cars were carrying vinyl chloride, a gas that can cause dizziness, headaches, and drowsiness when inhaled, and a form of cancer after longer exposure. The EPA is monitoring the air. The spill has also affected a stream, killing more than 3,000 fish. Residents got the okay to return home, but some are still unsure.
There's new things now that I think are the issue and going to be an issue going long term. Don had said that there's 10 chemicals. There's actually 10 volatile chemicals, but there's over 20 chemicals almost 20 chemicals that are actually on the train.
The head of the EPA got a first-hand look at the damage yesterday and tried to reassure residents who are skeptical of testing results that say the air and water is safe.
Closer to home, an oil spill in Ferguson Township was the topic of a public forum last night.
Where in the hell's the DEP tonight?
I just wanted to, assure you that your safety and your health was our primary concern. We were out there to figure out what's going on. Cleanup company that they
Have the driver of the truck.
Focused on the response and impact of the spill, including on livestock and the environment.
As water users out here, and to the extent that
The investigation and cleanup is being led by the state DEP.
A federal workplace safety agency has fined a Central PA factory after an accident where 2 workers fell into a vat of chocolate. It happened last year at the M&M Mars factory in Elizabethtown, south of Harrisburg. They were rescued from the tank and taken to the hospital. OSHA fined the company $14,000.
Penn State is extending its test optional admissions through 2025. That means prospective students are not required to include SAT or ACT scores with their applications. The university began the test optional process during the pandemic. Since 2020, more than half of its applications have been submitted without an SAT or ACT score.
The countdown to 6 p.m. is on as Penn State's Thon is ready to kick off. The event raises millions of dollars for pediatric cancer research and patient family support. Reporter AJ Sisson is live at the Bryce Jordan Center with more. AJ?
Thanks, guys. I'm live here outside the Bryce Jordan Center where it's cold and windy at the moment, but excitement is brewing here on Penn State's campus. In about 3.5 hours, over 700 dancers will be lined up outside the doors for Thon 2023. I took a deeper look into how some of these dancers were preparing for this upcoming weekend.
Thon, the largest student-run philanthropy in the world, begins tonight at 6 p.m. in the Bryce Jordan Center. The floor will be filled with 707 dancers, which is 40 more than last year. Dancers must be upright for 46 straight hours, not including bathroom breaks. But why do they do it?
When I know there's kids out there way less fortunate than me, and I'd like to represent them and their families on the floor for Thon 2023.
My family does have a history of pediatric cancer, so my involvement throughout has always been around that.
No, no one in particular, but just all the kids that are fighting cancer day in and day out.
Thon raises millions of dollars to help support the families of pediatric cancer patients. While standing and dancing for 46 hours is no joke, it takes a lot of preparation mentally and physically.
I trained for almost 3 months straight before Thon weekend. On top of that, I cut out caffeine, just stretching every single day.
So while Thon dancers are preparing themselves physically and mentally for this weekend, they are allowed to prepare a duffel bag. However, what they are bringing may not be what you're expecting.
I'm going to bring a pair of Crocs. I got a couple running shoes, and then probably like some open-toed like sandals or flip-flops.
Not everything is meant to support them physically.
Probably my favorite thing that I'm bringing to the BJC is a little squishy blue dinosaur that I found in the dollar section at Target.
Anything that'll help them through the next 46 hours.
Well, the dancers I talked to said their favorite thing about Thon is the community that forms around the event. So the support they might be getting might not be from a little blue squishy dinosaur, even a pink teddy bear, but the community that's in the stands. Reporting live here in University Park, I'm AJ Sisson. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, AJ. One of the students dancing in Thon this year has a very special connection to the event and has for years. Reporter Morgan Bull tells you why.
Penn State senior Tucker Haas will spend 46 hours on his feet this weekend dancing at Thon. The event that raises millions for cancer research and family support is special to him. He used to be a cancer patient himself, diagnosed with an aggressive form of sarcoma.
So I ended up going through cancer for about 5 years. Through those 5 years, I relapsed 3 times from the original diagnosis. Meaning that I had cancer, 4 times total.
He stood strong through 77 radiation treatments and hundreds of chemotherapy appointments. He became a 4 Diamonds child and was adopted by Penn State Greek organizations Alpha Tau Omega and Zeta Tau Alpha. Now he's come full circle, dancing for the organization that helped him. It'll make his 20th Thon extra special. One of Tucker's favorite memories was performing on stage in 2007. I'm here outside the Bryce Jordan Center where Tucker will be participating in the 46-hour no sitting, no sleeping dance marathon, and to prepare for that challenge, he'll be getting some rest, stretching, and eating well. Tucker is one of Zeta and ATO's 6 Thon kids, with the Schweitzer family, the Sanborns, the Zimmermans, the Ortizes, and the Baumgartners. His organization adopted Gus Baumgartner, someone Tucker relates to, since Gus was also diagnosed with cancer at 2 years old.
I think like it'll be emotional in a way that it's like, wow, I've really come full circle. I've really done something and I'm making an impact on the people who are also in a similar situation that I was, such as our other Thon child, Gus.
Tucker celebrated good news this month as he hit a milestone of being cancer-free for 16 years. Now, his message to others as he enters his final dance marathon as a student.
If you're making a donation, to anybody in Thon, it's all the same cause, and it's going to help, impact the life of a child going through cancer.
In University Park, I'm Morgan Bull for the Center County Report.
This is Tucker's 20th Thon, but it'll only be his second time standing for the full 46 hours.
After a nice warm week, will you still be able to keep your coat tucked away? The weekend forecast is coming up.
Plus, a lottery for hundreds of rare whiskeys opens in Pennsylvania. Also coming up, the Bellefonte area has a stray cat problem. Find out what's being done about it.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
A Center County community is getting more complaints about stray cats. Reporter Azion Scott has the details.
Center County has a problem with feral cats. And some say the problem is only getting worse.
If they're in rural communities, if they have a farm, people just dump cats on their property.
More people have called in complaints over the past year, and boroughs have even looked at an ordinance to ban the feeding of stray cats.
I do think that feral cats are only the way they are because they're on the street to fend for themselves.
Center County Paws may be one part of the solution. The animal shelter has taken a hands-on approach to the issue. It offers spay and neuter vouchers to residents to help prevent the expansion of local cat colonies.
It does not cost a community member anything to take a cat to certain area vets to have feral cats fixed.
Paws is home to some cats that were once strays or surrendered by their owners. It's one of the shelters trying to take steps to ensure that fewer cats are left on the streets.
Trap neuter release programs have been widely successful all throughout the country. Pre-veterinary major Juliana Dodero believes that even feral cats can find their forever home.
The cats that are the absolute meanest are the ones that, were from a breeder and somebody picked it up and it was supposed to be this perfect little cat, and then it goes and bites. And the feral cats are always the sweetest. I think they end up being happy they have a home, and you can really teach, you know, an old cat new tricks.
But these programs are only a temporary solution. In State College, I'm Azion Scott for the Center County Report.
Bellefonte is still working to find a solution to this ongoing problem.
Do you want a chance to buy rare bourbon and whiskey? The State Liquor Control Board is holding a special lottery for Pennsylvania licensees and residents over 21 years old. The selection includes bottles of Michter's Bourbon, Blanton Straight from the Barrel Bourbon, and the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. To enter the lottery, visit the limited release lottery webpage on the Fine Wine and Good Spirits website before 5 p.m. today.
Penn State student meteorologist Brian Michigan here with a look at that Center County Report forecast. You can see behind me the gray skies across central Pennsylvania, especially over Beaver Stadium as well. We've been blessed with some warm temperatures the past couple of days. However, it's starting to feel a whole lot more like winter once again. Current temperature 37 degrees, feels like 27 with that west-northwest wind coming in at 18 miles per hour. So certainly a bit gusty out there as we had our cold front move in last night. You can see temperatures across the state where that cold front moved through, 20s in the north and west and near 60 degrees still in Philadelphia, but that will be changing as we head throughout the next couple of hours as that cold front works its way eastward. Now, compared to this time yesterday, temperatures anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees below where it was at this time yesterday. You can see we're down 14 degrees here in State College, down 23 in Franklin. So that cold Canadian air mass starting to move its way into Pennsylvania. Wind speeds, it's a bit gusty out here throughout the state. 18 miles per hour here in State College, and upper elevations certainly feeling those gusty winds as well. 30 miles per hour here in Harrisburg. So as that cold front moves through, certainly a bit gusty, making things feel a whole lot cooler. Now, satellite and radar shows, here's our system that moved through last night, bringing some steadier rain showers to the region. That's working its way off to the east, and behind it, much cooler air, bringing in the lake effect snow showers and some cloud cover as well. So that cloud cover will be in store for tonight as well, and dropping temperatures down into the mid to even lower 20s. As you can see, as we get to the 10 p.m. time frame for Friday, things getting down near the mid 20s. As we get into Saturday morning, that's where things are even chillier. If you're heading out to Thon, might need a jacket. Things are going to be in the lower 20s. Now, as you can see, as we get into the overnight hours, clouds will be dissipating and setting the stage for a beautiful day tomorrow. Sunny skies across the board for the day tomorrow. Now for tonight, 39 degrees, overcast and breezy is the name of the game with gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour. Similar deal for tonight with that 22-degree low, still breezy coming in at 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, beautiful day. 43 degrees with that sunshine returning to the region and that wind. Still going to be gusty at times, over 20 miles per hour possible. And that 7-day forecast shows as we head into this weekend, we're going to see a little bit of a relief with the temperatures rebounding near 50 degrees with the rain showers ending, but coming back for the Monday time frame. And look at that, temperatures still in the 40s until Thursday. Could be flirting with 60 degrees.
Wow, thanks, Brian. I thought I was going to be able to put away my winter coat, but with that wind we have coming in, looks like I won't be able to do that just yet.
And let's hope that the wind and rain doesn't have any effect on the sporting events we have here coming up at Penn State. And speaking of sports, let's send it over to Gabe Angieri.
Coming up in sports, Penn State Wrestling is looking to take its dominance into the postseason, and a Nittany Lion coaching legend is heading into retirement. Also ahead, State High basketball is gearing up for what it hopes is a successful playoff push.
My skin, think it's time I find my place here.
Fasten your seatbelt.
You're taking my breath away.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Amazing.
Well, what are you waiting for?
You belong here. This is your home.
What is your sense now of the humanitarian situation?
This is making me emotional.
This experience I'm going to carry with me the rest of my life.
I'll always be so grateful for everything you did for me.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm Gabe Angieri with sports. We start with high school basketball. The State College Little Lions are getting ready for the District 6 playoffs after a 66-40 win over Trinity in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Conference Championship. John Drager has more on their push for a banner.
Only 1 year removed from a 9-15 record, the State College Little Lions have their sights set on district playoffs as Mid-Penn Commonwealth Conference regular season champions. The team turned the table and went 20-2 in the regular season, leading to a #1 seed in the playoff bracket. A big reason comes from returning production.
We were essentially able to run back a group for the second time. We only had one senior last year, so we brought 8 to 9 guys that played meaningful varsity minutes last year.
One of those players leading the charge is Penn State signee Braden Shrewsbury, who's been a versatile player for the Little Lions on both sides of the ball. He and junior guard Isaac Dye stepped up and provided valuable minutes.
I mean, Braden and Isaac have been great, but Ryan Perks has really been a leader. Lake Black has multiple years of experience that has shown up this year. Kevin McKenna has been a defensive stalwart for us. I mean, Jack Morris, Finn Furmanak, Jameer Uri, Dylan Davis, all of our returning seniors have been leaders in their own way.
State College feels a championship on the tips of their fingers, but one mistake and the ball could drop. That's okay. The Little Lions know that, but they also know that they only get one shot at raising a banner.
We're just going to play our game. We're going to try to focus in, walk in before the game, but we really just focus on playing and doing what we know we can do.
Now, the Little Lions look to roar in the District 6 playoffs. In State College, I'm John Drager for the Center County Report.
The Little Lions get the bye into the district championship, where they'll take on the Altoona Mountain Lions at Mount Aloysius on next Friday night. Penn State baseball begins a new season today in Florida, where they'll take on Miami in the first of a 3-game series. Miami went 40-20 last year and hosted an NCAA regional. After a 26-win season, Penn State made the Big Ten tournament for the first time since 2012. The Lions will have to wait until March 15th before they can host their first home game. Penn State men's basketball returns to action tomorrow at Minnesota. The team hit the court on Tuesday at home against Illinois, trying to stop a 4-game losing streak. Jalen Pickett had a career-high 41 points, and he's the first Nittany Lion to do so since Gene Harris scored 46 in 1961. On the same night, Pickett passed 2,000 career points, joining Seth Lundy and Miles Dredd in that milestone. Penn State won the game, keeping its tournament hopes alive. Penn State men's volleyball is getting ready to face Princeton this weekend at Rec Hall. The team is on a hot streak, winning the last 3 matches against USC, UCLA, and St. Francis. The Nittany Lions are 9-1 this season, and tonight's match is at 7 p.m. After splitting a series at Ohio State 2 weeks ago, the men's ice hockey team is back in action tonight against number 2 ranked Minnesota. The Lions are quickly heading toward the end of the season, and the Big Ten tournament begins March 3rd. Penn State sits in 6th place in the Big Ten. Penn State wrestling carries an undefeated record into its regular season finale against Clarion Sunday at Rec Hall. The Nittany Lions are coming off a dominant 44-3 win over Maryland last weekend, and they're trying to keep their momentum going ahead of Big Ten championships, which take place March 4th and March 5th in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Longtime Penn State field hockey coach Charmarette Curtis is retiring after a nearly 4-decade head coaching career. She started out at Penn State as a student athlete, graduating in 1979 and returning to the university in 1987 as head coach. She totaled 541 wins in her 37 years coaching here, and she'll stay with athletics in an advisory role. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Gabe. Yeah, a lot of Penn State teams seem to be competing here for postseason tournaments, so let's hope these spring teams can also keep that success going.
Yeah, certainly a great time to be on campus here at Penn State. And coming up next, a State College native achieves a lifelong dream on national TV.
It takes some quick thinking, but I guess I've been training for this my whole life, so.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Support your PBS station and you can get Passport, giving you full seasons, early releases, special collections, and more. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front lines
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
A State College native has fulfilled her lifelong dream of playing in the TV game show Jeopardy this week. Kendra Westerhouse is a licensed psychologist. She made her long-awaited debut on Monday, but getting there wasn't easy.
Each step of the way was so exciting. I was getting closer and closer, and then you get the call from the Jeopardy team, and it was just amazing. I've been joking a little bit that since this is like a life goal, like what do I look at now? Like, what's my next goal to do? But I'm going to enjoy this for a bit.
The State High graduate became a two-day champion, winning more than $47,000. She did not win on the third day, but the experience itself was priceless.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us next Friday for another local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news and watch our stories on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a great weekend.
This is a moment. There's a whole wide world out there.
This is a battlefield.
The river is the most important part of nature.
Humans have never done this before.
So many senses have come alive. We go with what the environment gives us. We are supposed to protect it.
It's a real drama, and it's unfolding right in front of you.
This will show us so many things that we just haven't seen.
Change is coming.
Start a new adventure as big as you imagine.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first, don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
Don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.